Okay chaps, I'm about to try and take a video. I won't get any prizes for Director of the Year of my Norton International. This was a bike built by a chap called Steve Emery from Sittingbourne, built up out of parts. It took him, well, from 2008 to about 2016. And it was a long piece of work for love, really. It cost him over £12,000 in parts, etc., not even counting the labour. Let's have a look. It's a 1949 engine. We can tell that by the engine number, and it's got a modern Amel concentric carburettor, a modern BTH magneto, cast iron barrel and head. One thing to note with this engine, which you can't see, is that it has a very early cam box, I'm told, from a CS1, which I think means that the cam box is probably dating from the late 20s, and it doesn't have a valve lifter, so it would have been a cam box made for a very early racing version of this engine. These engines performed extremely well in the early 30s, gaining many TT wins. We can see the exposed valve gear. Maybe you can see that, I don't know. This means that these bikes do chronically tend to leak oil. At the moment you can't see evidence of that because I give it a little clean every time I go out on it and bring it back. But typically there will be some oil splash on that oil tank at the back. It runs on Castrol. There is a lay down gearbox there, which at the moment is a little stiff but engages gear nicely. Looking up, the bike is fitted with a 5-gallon aluminium Manx tank, 2 aluminium wheels, together with, and at the front here we can see the front brake, which is from a late 60s Norton Commando and is an excellent stopper. Walk round the back, another aluminium wheel on the back there. In that seat hump is a battery which powers the lights. The lights are a total loss system with LED bulbs. Typically, I would guess I will get about 5 to 6 hours running time from these lights, and then you just charge it up. You can see there's an exposed primary chain with a Manx guard on top, and the chap has put, I don't know if we can see this, but a little brass plaque there which tells you that it's got Castrol in it and what the gearbox oil should be. Another little brass plaque here which tells you that it's got an oil tap fitted, so you need to make sure that that's off, and another little brass plaque here telling you what the tyre pressures are. Now I've already just fired this bike up once, but the normal firing drill is to tickle the carb, turn the petrol on obviously, tickle the carb, make sure the oil line tap is on so the oil flows, and we'll take it from there. I'm going to put this in the holder. I hope that will now give a good view of me and the bike. Here we are. So the starting drill with no, I'm not going to tickle the carb because it has just started. So we're going to, first is to get it on compression there, and then we need to try and get it past compression, which is quite heavy. There she goes. Yes, good. Now with a bit of luck she will normally start first kick. No, she didn't. So perhaps we'll tickle it just a tad. There we go. Just tickle her a tad. Go through it again. Past compression. There we go. And soon settles down to a tick over, and there's got a kill button there to kill it. This probably the most exciting and charismatic bike I've ever owned. By the late 1950s, when featherbed engines were, the International engine was installed in a featherbed frame, it was really past its sell-by date. You know, it wasn't really competitive anymore with the new BSA Gold Stars and so on. But that engine in that frame makes a absolutely inspiring combination for a sporting single. It's got plenty of power, goes like stink, and as you can see, although it hasn't even got a valve lifter, it's not that difficult to start. The engine feels indestructible, and one of the reasons that these bikes did so well in the Manx TT was because they were extremely reliable and could cope with the punishing race that was, you know, many miles over a long period, flat out. So there we are, an International Special.